Can I get the Wednesday? We'll get it. Wednesday.
Who is it? Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, alright, cool. That's working. Alright, so you came on the webinar.
I did indeed. Yeah, back in November.
Yeah. Okay. So what was it that made you think from that? You said something before. You made you think.
So it was the costs that you put up, about the costs per engagement for leaflets,
Right.
against the costs per engagement for Facebook adverts. I just feel that we spend a lot of money and we spend a lot of time developing leaflet advertising.
Yeah.
And actually, Facebook advertising is the way forward. So many people have Facebook, and you clearly explained how you could segment people and pick on their geography and their interests, and it just seems like a much more sensible way of marketing.
And what was it then, do you think, that ever stopped you from doing it before? Had you just never thought about it before, or?
It was probably not thinking about it. I've obviously seen Facebook adverts before, but actually knowing how to go about it and how to build a campaign, you spoke through the sort of the three elements of making a campaign about the image, the tagline, the call to action, and it was started making me think, actually, yes, we could do that, and actually we probably need some support to do it initially.
Yeah. Was there anything that you'd looked at and you thought, I don't know if that will work for us, or anything you thought about where you're like, I'm not sure if this is, is this going to work for our project?
Yeah, I mean, the Creating Connections programme that I work on, James works on as well, as working with people with a disability, and I just thought, actually, we're trying to engage directly with these individuals, and perhaps we could use Facebook to engage with those. It's something that hasn't been tried before, but it seemed like a good way about going about it and just trialling it, basically.
Nice, cool. What was your thoughts when Phil had mentioned it to you? What was your initial?
Well, we're looking in terms of long-term planning, so business strategy, how we're delivering the service, all that kind of thing. That was all kind of up for grabs, if you like, and part of the development of the organisation was how we make changes in a positive way that allow us to be more sustainable in some of the work we're doing, but also in terms of how we look at the cost benefits of certain things we do. So anything new like this was quite welcome in terms of testing how we can recruit effectively people, or how we can keep some projects sustainable at the same time as maybe reducing some of the staff time that is required to get the same output. So it was all to do with kind of efficiencies, looking at how we can engage the correct people, but at the same time as we want to try new things. I think the sector as a whole needs to try new ways of interacting and engaging with people that isn't your traditional models.
What was it? You said something to me before about like how much staff time was taken up with engaging people in the programme.
Yeah, so we want to use this project really as a test to see how effective it can be at recruiting these people. So in the past we'd used kind of health professionals and others, third parties, to help recruit people into our interventions and into our programmes. If it's that was quite time intensive for individual staff members to build those relationships, explore and introduce what the programme is, build the trust to then allow people to then start recruiting into and referring into. So by testing Facebook advertising and direct mail options and other things, we're hoping to be able to still maintain the same amount of recommendations, but actually cut the amount of staff time that's required to get them there in the first place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think as well that it's that engagement directly with the individual rather than going through a third party, because a lot of time you go to a meeting, you'd felt like you'd have a real positive meeting, but ultimately those people that you've passed information on to, those health professionals, they're still the gatekeepers to your service, so you're still then relying on them to then go to the individual, so you're just putting another layer in. So I think that's what appealed to me, was to actually let's go directly to the individual and recruit them.
Nice. Cool.
Good.
Thanks very much.